all about the healing. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? With my peeps. You know what it is. No intro. But to my day ones, my day twos, and my new news. That mean everybody. I love you. Yes, I do. All right. Trying to cut these intros down because I already talk a lot and ain't no telling where God come in and hijack, and that and then we got a whole hour reading. So I'm cutting it where I can cut it. I'm also I'm using different cards and using different layouts so I can focus on the collective more than being bombarded with other energies, the past energies and other energies. I'm supposed to be incorporating love in here, so I gotta find a deck or find a way that I can harness new love, new connections, getting messages from a new perspective. I'm trying my best to get out of that loop, that cycle of always tapping into past energy. What they got going on, how they feel about us, how they feel about you, and so on. Not saying that I'm not going to go back to those cards every once in a while, or when I'm led to, just to do a check-in, but to constantly keep looping and keep going over the same energy over and over and over and over again, when the collective as a whole is supposed to be focusing on self, elevating self, learning about self, learning new things, new concepts, connecting to new people, finding our tribe, finding your tribe. And when you find your tribe, what messages are God wanting you to know about you and your tribe, and what path you should be going? How to trust again, how to love again. These are things that we really, in preparing for what's to come, telling yourself the truth about what's to come, telling yourself the truth about how you truly feel, not wearing a mask that everything is all right with you and you feel all right and everything is fine when it's not. Behind closed doors, you're angry, you're bitter, because the collective, the light workers, the psychics, the seers are very sensitive. Very sensitive. And so when you see something that's not right, when you see something that's wrong, when you see some people are being done wrong, things are really wrong and really unfair and unjust, it bothers, not just bother. It make you feel some type of way. That if you don't get a handle on that thing, and you're not being real, and you're not being honest, and you're not tapping on those videos that's in your face about you, that's in your face about your feelings and your emotions, and being true and honest and releasing, dealing with your feelings and emotions and releasing them. transmuting your feelings and your emotions and releasing them, releasing the negativity aspect, or turn or transmute and turn all of that to positive energy that you can work with, that you can deal with, that you can go far with, that you can heal with. So I gotta see it through, take the high road, find the lesson and wisdom among other cards that's here. You've always, when I laid these cards down, this is you, collective. You've always been able to see it through. It was never easy. It was never easy, but somehow you stuck it out each and every time, and you always saw it through to the end. You always took the high road. Also, you didn't, when they did you wrong and they betrayed you and did all kind of things to you and hurt you, and you didn't fight back and betray them back. You didn't take the information that you knew about them and gossip and spread rumors and, not perfect. See, but you didn't fight evil with evil, basically. You did things, but it wasn't like what was done to you. It's basically what I'm saying. Because there's no perfect person. There's no perfect thing. We not perfect. We do things too. We have a shadow side just like everybody else. But it's not like on the scale that things constantly being done and thrown at you, done to you. The ruthlessness, the cruelty, that the injustice that have been done to you, it doesn't match. You don't give it back the way it's been done to you. You always take that high road. You always try with everything you have within you to find the lesson. It's a lesson in everything that we go through. The good, the bad, and the ugly. There's always a lesson, even in the good. In the good, you got to learn the lesson before you can experience that good. And you have to find the lesson when you're trying to figure that thing out. When you're trying to figure out what, why, who, you got to first find the lesson within you. What did you do? How did you get yourself in this particular situation? See, because if you had not allowed that person in your life, we talking about this person, this particular person. If you had not allowed this particular person in your life, then that particular thing wouldn't have happened to you. These things wouldn't have happened between you and this person. So as soon as I said that, then I heard, well, it would have been somebody else. Very well. It very well may have been, but we ain't talking about them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the person that you allowed to come in. Was it right? No. Nobody has the right or the permission unless you give it to them to hurt you, to use you, and abuse you. But you always went down deep. And if you had to go in the gutter, you went in the gutter to find the lesson. Right. So because you understand and overstand that when you find the lesson, learn the lesson, see the truth about the lesson, then and only then can you heal, can you be free, and you can move on to bigger and better things when you find that lesson and learn that lesson. You always utilize your wisdom. And if you feel like that you don't have the answer, you always know where to tap in to get the answer. You always ask the questions. You always seeking wisdom and clarity about things. If you don't know, you go seek out and find the answers to the questions. And you seek it until you find it. You don't ever give up until you get that answer. So that's what I got when I laid the cards, because I saw you. So I say, why is this here? Why is this actually here? Hold on a second. Let me look. Okay, so I think why this is here is because it's got something to do with seeing it through. It is something right now at the present moment that you either going through, you have a question that you've been pondering over, that you've been asking God for. You've been asking your angels, your spiritual team. It's something that you don't understand, you don't understand or overstand. It's something that's happening to you or happening to another person. Something that you see that you don't understand. You may be getting a vision about something. You may be getting a dream that you can't interpret. And whatever it is, you don't have the answer. You see it. It's right there in your face. It's something that's confronting you, something that's right there, something that is taunting you. And you're trying to address this situation the way you always do. You're trying to see this thing through. You're trying to finish. You're trying to see it. You're trying to conquer it. You're trying to gain the answer and the clarity of it. But you're not getting it. You're not getting it. It says dependence. So this could be about another person. Somebody depending on you. Somebody that depends on you is asking you about something. Asking you for help. They're depending on you to help them because of who you are, the gifts that you have, the abilities that you have. They're coming to you and asking you for help. They're depending on you to find the answer. And your first thing that you're getting, the first answer that you want to tell them is to take the high road. But this is something that's deep and complex, that in order to tell this person place or thing, whatever it is, to take the high road, you will have to explain. You will have to have wisdom, clarity, and be able to speak where this person will be able to understand, understand, and overstand how indeed to take the high road when everything about the situation is full of unfairness, full of betrayal, full of bitterness, anger, and is full of injustice. See, when you, the collective, whoever I'm talking to, whoever this is resonating with, when you had to do it, because I just spoke about you. I just spoke about how you saw things through. You always took the high road. You always found the lesson. You always tapped on or tapped in your wisdom. And if you didn't have the wisdom, what did I say? You tapped in and you knew where to gain and where to get that wisdom. But for some reason, these cards are not telling me. Only thing it's telling me is for you to ask your spiritual team, ask your angels, and allow this person to feel what they feel. Allow them to feel what they feel, and then from that point, as you allow them to feel what they feel, then you need to tap in with what you need to tap into what they need to do to take the high road. How can they take the high road when their heart is broken? How can they take the high road when their heart is hurting? When they feel betrayed? When they feel so many different types of feelings and emotions that another individual has done to them, injustice, is unjustified. How? You've done it. You know it can be done. But for some reason, the reason why this is coming out, you're unfamiliar with this type of injustice. You're unfamiliar with this type of hurt. You familiar with it because you've been in the same position, but the circumstances, the cruelty of it, the meanness, the cutthroat, the deep down dirtiness of it is worse than you can even imagine. You thought your thing was bad. So this may have something to do with somebody's children. This may have something to do with a family member's children or a family member. Again, the card's not telling me. And I'm not pulling no more cards. If it's for you, you fill in those blanks. I'm only just going by what it says, dependency. Somebody depend. See, that's where I'm getting the children from. The children, Somebody is depending on you to help them because they, in some type of way, are defenseless, helpless. And you have a big, you have, this is something big. You're going to have to pray. You're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to fast. You're going to have to lay off that food, that full stomach. You know, that gratification that food gives you, that fullness. You got to give that up so you can be able to see clearly. Again, this is not for everybody. And again, if it's not for you, don't write things off thinking that, oh, this ain't, I'm going to click off this saying, this may not be for you, but it may be happening to somebody around you. This may be happening to somebody you know. It may not be happening to you. But if you came across it, it could very well be happening to your child. It could be happening to your grandchild. It could be happening to your a co-worker, a friend of a child. So don't just dismiss it. When you get readings that don't resonate and they deep like this, you pray. Because you never know. It may not be your household, but it may be a household that you know. You just don't know what they're going through. But this is for somebody. Like, share, so whoever is for it can reach. This is deep. Because dependency, somebody either depending on you, or somebody was dependent on somebody and they misused them and they abused them. And this person could want to tell you. You don't know about it. You may not know about it. For those that it don't resonate with, you may not know about it, but they want to tell you about it, but they don't know how. But here you are, clicked on this reading. And so from here you ask God, is this my message? And if it's my message, allow me to see clearly who it is so I can help them. That's how these messages work. Especially these spiritual messages. The ones that I'm telling you about how somebody else feel and how they feel about you and what they want to do to you and all this, those things resonate right then and there or not. But these spiritual messages, oftentimes, these are people that's crying out that we know. There's people that's crying out that feel like they can't talk to nobody, can't tell nobody nothing, won't nobody listen, won't nobody believe them. But then God put these messages out. And all you got to do is reach out to God. All you got to do is have a heart to really want to know who it is. Have a heart to really want to help. Have a heart to really want to reach out and let this person, this child know, this person know, this friend know, this co-worker know, whoever it is that you are willing to help, that you can find the answer. But God is wanting you to know, in finding the answer, you're going to have to find the lesson. In finding the answer, you're going to have to tap into the wisdom and the clarity. In finding the answer, you're going to have to tap into your spiritual team, your ancestors, to help you gain the clarity and the wisdom and the understanding of the whole synapses of this situation, so you can make a sound decision and be able to help this person or this child or whomever be able to take the high road when so much has been done to them. Taking the high road does not mean not speaking up. Taking the high road means how to be able to deal with this thing, and being able to get past it, to heal, to get past it, and not let this thing that is so cruel, hurtful, and harmful destroy an innocent human being that this should have never happened to. Someone that should have been taken care of, someone that should have been protected. I have no idea what this is about. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing what, but these are the words that's being spoken about the situation. I have no cards here, but dependency is someone that either depended on another human being to protect them, to love them, to take care of them, and they were neglected, abused, hurt in some type of way. Dependency is somebody is dependent on you or wants to depend on you to help them. They feel hopeless. They don't know what to do. This could be a grown person that need help with their child. They need your help. But this is a grown person that wants to seek your help and your guidance and your gifts, your talents, and your abilities to help their child. But in order to do that, they will have to unleash the whole story about what happened to their child and what happened to them. And they don't know if they can trust you to tell you their business like that. Again, I don't have a card. But whatever this is, God wants this compassion here. What I get from compassion, God wants you to utilize your compassion when dealing with this whole situation. Because this could be, again, a family member, your family member, that have done something to somebody. And God wants you to use your compassion to get your family member to do what's right, own up to what they have done, tell the truth, stand in their truth, find the lesson, and be accountable. It's so many scenarios, but I don't have no cards that's telling me that that's what it is. But the scenarios is here as I look at the card. Reflection. You're going to have to pray. You're going to have to meditate. That's how you're going to have to be able to deal with this and take your feelings and your emotions and put them to the side and really tap in to what needs to be done step by step to be able to help all parties involved, whether you're wrong, you're right, justified, injustice, unjustified, whatever part you play, all parties involved, you're going to have to get yourself together and put your feelings and your emotions and place them to the side to be able to help everybody and everything get done. And you're gonna have to do that through reflection, reflecting the good, the bad, and the ugly through meditation, and utilizing your gifts, your talents, your abilities through visions, seeing, speaking, meditating, dreams, visions, whatever way it comes. And you may have to get somebody to open up and tell the truth. Tell the truth about what they did so everybody can start to heal. But whatever this process is, whatever this process is, somebody within this scenario, all parties involved, somebody is going to have to find the lesson, learn the lesson, take the high road, and somebody's going to have to be given the steps through wisdom, clarity, the step-by-step process through wisdom and clarity to be able to heal and to be able to do what they need to do to process this whole situation, to be able to see it all the way through healing, releasing, letting go, and moving on. That is something that some of you collective are going to have to, you getting ready to, that's your next move. That's your next thing. You need to get ready. If you're not already seen it, you already haven't heard it, it's already haven't been established, that's the next thing that's getting ready to happen. And you need to get ready. That means if you need to start now, fasting and praying, limiting your meat, going into your thing, getting ready, so your gifts can be enlightened and your gifts can be more heightened, is what I'm trying to say. So you'll be ready. You won't be getting ready. You will be ready. So this is a warning for somebody that somebody's getting ready to come to you. So get ready. Some of you already have been you already have gotten a call, but you just don't know. You don't know. You've gotten a call, but it's not what you think. It's so much deeper than what you think. You're going to be thrown off. You got the call, but you don't know how deep it is. You don't know how involved it is. You don't know how dark it is. They just trying to figure out, are you the right person to lay everything down with? But you already got the call. And some of you, this resonate with you right now. Some of you, you already have been down this road. You already did it. You already accomplished it. And this is your story. This is your full-fledged story that I'm speaking about. So I'm going to leave this right here. And if this is your story, this is my story. I did that. If it is anything other than that, say, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get ready. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hype, hype, hype it up, right? So with that, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm gonna start putting if for those of you that want to leave a tip, because back in the day I used to call it energy exchange, but I if you want to leave a tip, I've seen some other readers or other put like a tip, and that's fine. A tip for coffee is still the same concept. You leaving a tip for an energy exchange, a like, a share, showing your appreciation, just giving back. It's an energy exchange. So I gotten away from speaking about that, but we need to keep that in mind. Don't keep just watching and watching and watching and have liking and but see, you're gonna have to pay a price for that. Especially if that person is really gifted and really, really is the real deal, and you just keep constantly coming and you're not doing anything. You're not even liking the videos. You need to like, subscribe, all of that. God's seeing all of that. Because if God is holding me accountable to be consistent, to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you think you're just supposed to come in and just click on it, get all the knowledge and wisdom and get everything you need, click off and go on about your business? No. A lot of you, that your prayers not being answered is because of just that. We are on a mission. We're called and we're on a mission. Some people on here not. They just here to reap a benefit. They just here to make money. They just here, but the ones that's true blue, that's really trying to make a difference and really, giving of themselves, their time, effort, and attention, often get overlooked. Because at the end of the day, they don't want us to be seen. They don't want the true blue, the real ones, to be seen. They don't want the real ones to be heard. They don't want the real ones to get out there and put out their real truth and knowledge. They got to hide us. But don't give in to what it is that society is trying to put down. You got to do what you need, what's right, so your household can be right. Right. So with that being said, I'm going to leave that right there. And so with that, I'm sending love. I'm sending healing your way. And Trinity is